Poopsies, and thank you for joining me for your Pick a Dog card reading. Yes, I'm doing something a little different today. All I ask of you is to just pick the dog that draws you in the most. And we shall begin this reading. There's 3 cards, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. So make sure you subscribe, make sure that notification icon is tapped, and check me out on TonyBomboni.com to book your own personal card reading from me. I'm now all caught up with your bookings from my trip, so I'm available right now for your own personal tarot card reading. Links below. So here's dog 1. Dog 1. I don't know what the name of this would be, but keep going one step at a time. That's the first dog. So if that draws you in, pick that message. Dog 2, my feelings matter. My feelings matter, dog 2. And dog 3, small progress is progress. Small progress is progress. So you can pick 1, 2, or all 3 dogs, and we shall begin. So, I hope you're all having a blessed and prosperous day today. What's going on with you? Let's see. Keep going one step at a time. If you picked doggy 1, here's the message for you. Get organized. So it says to move this here because I almost burned myself. It says to take 30 minutes today to declutter and organize your work area. Now that doesn't sound relaxing, but I promise you it's gonna be relaxing once you're done with it. Think about each object you pick up and focus on your senses. So this is a good mindfulness practice for sure. Maybe you feel your home is maybe cluttered right now. You feel like maybe there's just a lot of stuff in your closet you've jammed but didn't organize. Go do that now. And I've read a lot of books over the years, and a lot of people say decluttering your home is the key to success. It really is, because you can't think clearly. You can't think properly when there's too much clutter in your environment, when everything's just there and hoarded, It really is true, when there's too much stuff, it's just like, it's not a good place to have like an empty mind, you know what I'm saying? Because you're always looking at the stuff and you're distracted and there's too much going on, so if you have no choice and you have to have one room full of stuff, leave it to one room, and you can close the door or something, or put it in storage. But organize, it's gonna leave you feel like you're in control. It's gonna leave you feeling like a lot better, okay? How does it feel on your hand as you pick it up? Enjoy the process. So I'm gonna reread this. Take 30 minutes today to declutter and organize your work area, specifically your work area, okay? So your office, right? Think about each object you pick up and focus on your senses. How does it feel on your hand as you pick it up? Enjoy the process, like the texture, picking up the card. Oh, this feels smooth, Oh, it's very light, It has an energy to it, maybe a little heaviness because I'm attached to it because this was given to me by someone who passed away 5 years ago, let's say, example, right? And so you may be triggered by an emotion and a feeling, and you realize in that moment why you've kept that item for so long, right? Maybe you need to sage it, right? Let's do that actually. Sometimes I forget to start with some sage. Maybe you need to just sage the item, right? Just like that, you hold it under the billowing smoke of the sage. And it just cleanses that energy. It's a releasing ritual. It lets go of all that old stuff you've carried with you over the years, you know? Everything's energy. If you think about it that way, you know, Einstein and whoever the hell, right? They all had a point, yo, okay? You know, we should have paid attention more in science and chemistry and whatever, right? When they said that everything holds energy, E equal MC squared, whatever, you know. So, I'm not a scientist, you know, but they had a point, okay? Everything holds energy. Too bad they didn't teach us about cleansing, but nonetheless, so yeah, get organized today. And once you do this 30, I'd say start 20 minutes. 30 is a bit of a stretch, especially for first timers. I'd say do 10, 20 minutes, right? Go easy on yourself today, all right? Don't overdo it. Especially heavy objects, if it's your first time lifting a lot of heavy, don't do it, okay? Get someone to help you, which is a good support system, especially if it's emotional, right? Because they don't have that same emotion attached to the items. And if you're a hoarder, you know, they can help you declutter without you getting so attached, right? So get someone non-judgmental and who can show love and support, okay? But also, once you finish tackling, you know, 10, 20, 30 minutes a day on that workroom, you're going to realize how liberating it is. Then you start targeting other rooms, other closets, right? Personally, it's taken me up to 2 hours to clean a small closet. So it's going to take you time, okay? You're not going to clean out a whole room in like a week if you do 10 minutes a day. It's just impossible. Take your time, okay? It's like strength training. You get better at it with time. All right then, friends. So let's continue. So these are the Whispering Woods messages. What do the Whispering Woods have to tell you today? And the message is time. It says, embrace in the dewdrops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. Oh, that is such a deep, deep, profound, insightful message today, you know. These are very deep and they require a lot of in-depth thought. And not just thought, but feeling in your soul. So I'm going to give you some time to maybe pause the video or read that sentence just so it can really hit your soul. I want you to have your soul tickled today. Okay? I want to tickle your soul today. All right? Tickle your soul, tickle your soul. And I definitely feel as though this is saying on a deep level, you know, you have to test things in the spirit nowadays, right? Because everything's so deceiving. In the spirit, I feel deeply, deeply, this means things are so limited. Time is short, things are limited, right? There's a limitation on your life, right? We all have a limitation since the time we're born. It's predetermined how long we're going to be here, pretty much, right? If you believe that, that is. I respect everyone's belief. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying from what I have observed so far of this 3D reality. And so to enjoy, to be grateful for the little time you are given, right? That's my first impression. But also it's literal as well. It has a double meaning, which wise words usually tend to. So, you know how you get that dew in the morning sun? You wake up sometimes, you know, you can't sleep. You wake up 6:30 in the morning, you go outside, you put your bare feet on the grass. Well, I do. And you feel that moisture from the grass on your bare feet. Oh, it feels so nice. It feels like really refreshing, actually. And it's good for you. And it's a great way to start your day. But anyway, so I know I have to enjoy that by 10:30 in the morning. If I don't go outside by 10:30, I'm going to miss out on the dewdrops. They're all going to evaporate because the sun here is very strong. So, you know, it's very similar to that, right? You know, there's so much messages in the woods, right? You go outside, there's dew, you know, and then the dew disappears. So our life is just like that dew. It's precious, it's limited. Maybe you're about to go somewhere enjoyable. Enjoy that time, right? That's why time always goes quickly when you're having fun. You're meant to enjoy it more. we're given like a God code in our DNA, right? Life really does emulate us, and we emulate life. So God has given us examples, right? The universe has given us things to show us a deeper sense of meaning, especially through nature. And this is why you always feel better when you go in nature. So yeah, go in the sun, go in the morning. And I keep telling people, ground your feet on the earth, do it. What are you waiting for? It has so many benefits. Okay? No shoes, no socks, just bare feet on the earth. If you have a disability, just sit down, gently put them on the grass. If you really have to put socks, I understand a lot of people have to wear compressions. Fine, that works too. Just do it, okay? Just sit in the grass, lay in the grass. If you can't sit, if it's something, you're not able to, or, you're God forbid, you're missing feet or legs, God forbid, just lay. Just have someone place you gently on the grass. It's going to really help you connect and ground, okay? But embrace it. Touch your hands on the grass, your hands and feet, just enjoy that dew. It is a life force. It is a blessing. It is the residue of the night. There's something to it you have to enjoy. But yes, embrace the short time. Embrace the limited time. And this is about time. You know what's funny? Both cards have time. 30 minutes and time, right? Get organized in this time, right? There's a sort of prompt of timeliness. Maybe you struggle with getting places on time, right? Maybe you get distracted easily like I do. Oh my gosh. You give me one task to do, I'll end up doing 10 other tasks along with it. My mind wanders. Yeah. So maybe you struggle focusing like I do, right? And hundreds of millions of other people on this planet, probably billions. And, it's kind of a blessing I'm self-employed. Otherwise, I'd be so screwed. I wouldn't be able to keep a job. Yeah, so basically, just allow yourself to work on timeliness, to work on focus, right? Man, I feel this is probably a message for me as well, honestly, okay? All right, so let's move right along to the crystal card. This is the crystal you need to work with for this week. This is the crystal you have to work with. Can you guess what it is? I already know what it is. It's azurite, of course. Oh no, it's shadowkite. See, I never know what this is. This looks like azurite to me. This is weird. These pictures are weird. I don't know if I like them. This is the one I said that looks like Pluto. Remember? It's coming back again. The same crystal is coming. I guess I need to buy shadowkite, huh? Because I do love azurite. It's my favorite crystal. And the fact that this looks like azurite probably means I should buy it. Yeah. Teacher. It's a teacher. So the message is, I have the divine... I feel like I'm teaching you today. I have the divine wisdom of the universe within me. And I openly share it with the world. I have the divine wisdom of the universe within me, and I openly share it with the world. So, if you have a lot of wisdom, you can teach. There's something you can teach others through your pain, through your experiences. There's a lot you can teach the world, You can be a team leader, you can help. So shadowkite can help you support you in that. Teachable moments. Maybe someone has taught you well recently and you want to spread the love and teach back, Those who have been taught have to eventually teach back, right? It's the laws of the universe, the laws of balance, polarity. So embrace it, and share your smart self, share all of that you've learned so far. Okay? Maybe that's what Spirit is urging you to do this limited time that we're given on Earth. It's time to teach. It's time to maybe go get your teaching certificate or license. It's time to maybe get a new class. I've been feeling that craving too, like, oh, I want to learn something new. But I don't know what yet. But I've been craving going back to school for something again, like with massage, like with hypnotherapy. like with criminal justice, I love to learn. I don't think I'm ever going to stop learning. We really do learn not just something new every day. We learn like 10 things new every day. We really do. So, this I feel this is definitely a message for me. I really do. I think card 1 is definitely for me as well. 5 of Wands. What does the tarot card have to say? 5 of Wands. It's reminding us to have some fun, not take everything, including life, so seriously all the time. It's reminding us to also take time to spend with loved ones, friends, family. Whether you want to go bowling, like this card shows, the Golden Girls, or you just want to get some leisure time to yourself, take yourself out, take yourself somewhere. And that could be a teachable moment as well. Maybe someone is teaching you a new hobby or skill, like bowling, right? And maybe you're learning, maybe you're joining a team like that. Okay, I'm done with this tea. Maybe you're learning something new like that, all right? So it's a good time to practice, to rehearse before your instruction, So it's a fall season now, almost, right around the corner. So yeah, teachers are getting back to school, so there's something new. Take your students, if you're a teacher, out for bowling. We used to do that. We were so blessed. Our school system in the Midwest, we did everything. Everything you could possibly think of, we've done it. We were so, I didn't even realize how lucky I was until I learned other public school systems don't do the same things. We were even the only state who did gymnasium all 12 years. And I think that for keeping me very healthy and fit, honestly. But I digress. But like, if you're a teacher, bring more to the table. Bring more, okay? I know people are like, oh, the pay is not enough. Look, you do what you do because you love what you do, not for the pay, okay? The money comes when you love what you do, all right? So bring more to the table for your students. Do something different. Do something extraordinary. Teach them something new that you wish that teachers taught you, okay? Teach them something that you wish when you were a student that the teacher taught you. That's what you should do, okay? So if you're a parent and you have children, go out there, explore, find something that they would love, book them a class on it, it's worth it. When you can, while their brains are still like a sponge, they open their mind more. Teach them as much as possible in young age, I promise you. It's going to be so crucial for their future success, especially in such a changing world. And in this new era, they're going to have to learn as much as they possibly can. And these new kids are very, very freaking smart. Each generation just gets smarter. It's really amazing. So, yeah. So, get organized, spend your time wisely, instruct, and have fun with it. Okay? All right, so beautiful, beautiful messages here. Thank you, card 1. Should I? No, it's okay. Let's go ahead and do card 2 now. If you picked card 2, my feelings matter. Yeah, my feelings matter too, right? No matter how big or small I am. I'm talking about in terms of the dog. The big dogs are usually the most emotional, sensitive, I've come to find. So, that kind of gives me an impression like, yeah, maybe you're tough on the exterior, but nah, you're softy on the inside. Everyone knows it, So, all right. So what's going on with card 2? Something nice, okay? Something nice. What is this about? Think of someone whom you care deeply about. Think of that person now. Someone you care deeply about. Give you a few seconds to think about that person. What is something nice you can do for them today? Think about that as well. What is something nice you can do for that person today? Okay. And then, it and see how you feel, knowing you brought a little joy to their day. This is an important message. I've learned recently as well, like when you are just sending prayer or light to someone, it only comes back to you. When you are sending just positive thoughts to someone, wishing them well, wishing them good, like it only comes back to you. I've noticed every time I, honk at someone, cuss someone out in traffic, I'm being a B word, it comes back to bite every time. Every time. But when I send love and peace and joy, it comes back every time. Every time. So, what's something nice you can do, right? And you have to start with someone you care deeply about to make this an easier process. But next time, think of someone you could care less about. What is something nice you can do for them as well? You know why? Because that's the right thing to do. And how do you feel? Maybe you start feeling better about them. Maybe you realize, I don't actually hate this person. I actually realize they're all God's children, like I am. And we can all get along. We may not all agree with each other. In such a time of division and ugliness rearing its head, I feel like this is so important right now. So no matter how someone appears, their feelings matter too. Okay? So do something nice. And what can you do also for you, right? Maybe you feel like you hate yourself sometimes. I know we sometimes have that feeling. Maybe we're not too proud of our past mistakes, or we feel guilt for something just evil that we did. We've all been there. So how can you treat yourself nicely? Because it starts from you. You can't really genuinely treat anyone kindly until you start doing it for yourself first, So do it. Your feelings matter. Okay. So let's see the message from the woods. Path. I feel you're an empath. That's my first impression. Path, but M in front of it. Emotional path, right? Empath. Wander on the path less traveled. What you find might surprise you. Wander on the path less traveled. What you find may surprise you. Give you some time to really absorb that message. I know we've all heard that message before. Maybe you heard it when you were 5 years old, but you're like, Mommy, what the hell does that mean? Maybe now you know. Something I've been doing lately is just looking back on things that I was told earlier in my early years of life and looking at with the pair of eyes I have now from a new perspective and realizing what they actually meant. So I'm starting to think all these cards are messages for me as well. But this is pretty self-explanatory, right? Even if you're an empath, if you're afraid of diving deep into those emotions or asking someone how they're feeling today, do it anyway. Usually when you do something you fear, there's a lot of growth behind that. And we're all here to grow our souls. So the more you delay that, the more you prolong your soul's experience here, So I feel like you have to take the bold step. This is Spirit encouraging you to do so, even if it's a little scary, even if you feel like that inner child is screaming for its mother or father, right? You're scared, you feel left out, you feel alone in the woods, you don't know, it's getting dark, the sun has set, and you've never embarked on this journey before. Well, guess what? Collectively, we're all embarking on unknown paths right now. This is the first time by the way, any planet, I don't know if you know this, that we have over 8 billion souls. Planets just don't do that. It's too disastrous. It's not good for the environment. It causes so much disruption. This is why the Earth is so far away from other planets. We're the only ones out here, that have this many people And this is the first time we're embarking on this journey of this many people ever in the whole history of the universe. Based on what, past life regressions people have looked into, right? I've listened to thousands over the years. Collectively, this is what people say. And so we are all not only collectively on an unknown, uncharted waters, technologically, right? We've never had this much advancement. They just came, on my birthday actually, they just came up with another quantum physics breakthrough. They solved something that they couldn't ever solve before. And this is going to open the channels to quantum teleportation and instant communication, which we all saw this coming. They're going to do with, 6G allegedly, but they really will. I just have to say that for the video. But I wasn't surprised because, it's only 5 years away. So, So anyway, I personally believe, way more advanced tech is already here, like 10, 15 years ahead, but it has to be slowly introduced, not to, it would be too much for us to handle right now. Anyway, I won't go into it. My point is we're in uncharted waters. So don't fear, because we're all going through it, right? Okay. And what did I say? Pluto out of bounds. It's not me saying it, it's my research. I have to clarify that. Don't just say, oh, Tony predicted it. No. This is not my psychic prediction. This is me doing my research. Pluto out of bounds in Aquarius, okay, brings about technological advancements. So I really wasn't surprised that 2 days after Pluto went out of bounds, like in the extreme declination, we came up with a quantum breakthrough. I really was not floored with that news because, it's pretty obvious if you study the planets what happens. So I'll wait till next week. You just wait and see. There's more to this story. So, So follow the unknown path, the path less traveled. Maybe you're kind of against all this change, all this AI, all this technology, and I get a lot of comments about that, like, don't use it, this and that. I don't really have an opinion, honestly. I just say, we tend to fear everything that's new, and this is why advancements have to be introduced gradually, because there's so many people in fear. People fear, automatic vehicles. People feared flying on planes. People feared televisions and radios and phones. There's so much fear, and that holds people back from progress. So, and we look back and we realize, what the hell were we afraid of? Nothing really happened. So, yeah. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go on the path less traveled. I think that's also doing something nice for yourself too. Releasing yourself from this bind of fear. Anyway, moving on. Orpiment. What the heck does that mean? I have no idea. I need to study a dictionary today or something. Orpiment. Success. I am successful in all that I do. And this will bring success. When you release fear, it will bring success for you, your way. But I don't know what, look up orpiment. I wish I had my phone here. I don't, because sometimes I just don't have it. So orpiment. Just look up what that means. Maybe enter it in the comments. I'll forget in like 2 minutes to ask you, or to look it up. So just, tell me in the comments what ORPIMENT means. Orpiment. Success. I am successful in all that I do. So just know that, just reaffirm that to yourself. Believe that with all your heart. And the star, that's even on my blanket right now. The star, okay. We have the star coming through here to remind you that you are freaking fabulous. You are successful, and traveling the unknown path, the uncharted waters, will bring you so much more than you think, actually. Being nice to people, spreading love and joy, this is all part of it. I pour from my cup poureth over, right? Like in the Bible. Even if you have nothing, even if you are so poor, I have been there too, to the point I had to think if I'm going to buy a freaking cup of coffee today because I was so freaking poor, okay? So, I gave anyway. I bought that damn stupid cup of coffee anyway. And it brought more. I started noticing more abundance. The more I gave, the more I continued to receive and got offers and doors started to open. I noticed when I closed off, the flow of abundance kept closing off. That's why you should always give and be generous. Responsibly, okay? Don't be like gambling all your money at the casino. But I've never actually played gambling or casino in my whole life, by the way. I always joke and say the day I do, I'm going to hit it big. But yeah, anyway. So I definitely feel like giving of yourself will be not just money, but just time, right? Your presence, your love, your joy, your wisdom, right? You have so much to give. I feel like you're just holding back. I feel like you are so wise, so mature beyond even your years. Maybe you've always been told you're an old soul. And you just always stay quiet. Maybe you're reserved, introvert, right? And you're too ashamed or too shy to express your true divinity. Maybe you feel like no one will believe you or listen. But the more you speak, the more others will speak about you. So if you're running a business, or I feel like some of you want to be famous, deep down, low key. Like I feel like some of you really have a star quality, like a potential to be big, right? Like maybe not Nicki Minaj, but maybe. Hey, you never know, right? It's not so much music. It feels more like a spiritual guru, master, or artist, or fashion. It feels like that. Beauty, maybe makeup, feminine, maybe someone who grows like the best orchids in town. You're just famous in your community for that. Fine, hair, makeup, clothing, that kind of stuff, right? So whatever you feel like, maybe you're a hairstylist, now you want to be a teacher. Go on the path unknown. You know nothing about teaching, but you decide to jump in because it feels right. Go do that, right? And that's also doing something nice for yourself as well, because you're following your heart. And when you follow your heart, it always leads the way. What's in your heart is truth, because it's permanent, it's forever, it's infinite. Truth is infinite. Truth is not just a wandering thought, a wandering emotion. No, truth is. Truth forever is. I am, therefore I am. You ever hear that? I am because I am infinite. You are an infinite being. You are soul. You are not just a limited human on this flesh, but because you are infinite soul, do infinite things on this planet to bring that infinite wisdom on this earth. You came here to bring your light. Some of you are light workers. So you came here to help upgrade the energies, to help us rise above, shift, ascend. And that's the path less traveled. That's the path we have never traveled before. And we're experiencing it now. This is the unknown path, the path of less travel. But guess what? That path is the path of also least resistance. If you ever follow a path of resistance, go back, go to the other path. Okay? Take another path. Or take a shortcut to that other path, because the one path of resistance is not the way. That's clearly Spirit, God, Universe telling you, do not go down that path. That's not your purpose, okay? So be kind to yourself. Walk through the woods. Walk through the woods of least resistance. Some of you may actually need to walk through the woods, okay? Again, like I said with card 1, some of you need nature, stars about nature, connection as well. But yeah, you have that star quality. You have that Nicki Minaj quality, okay? You really do. Okay. You know why some people just don't end up famous? Because they don't have that star quality. They just don't, you know? It's being likable, it's being relatable, it's just their personality is unique and different, and they have talent, a mix of those four things, right? They're genuine. A lot of you have that quality, but you're not showing your face to the world yet. Show it to the world. Don't be afraid. Okay, card 3, final outcome card. Small progress is progress. If you've picked this card, this cute little dog is so cute. I love dogs. What's the message for you? You know, maybe you're taking steps at a time, little bit by bit. 1% better every day. 1% better every day. By the way, these cards are called Dogs Against Anxiety. Dogs Against Anxiety. So, it's by, I don't know, Rowena Ravenclaw. I don't know. It doesn't say. I'm joking. It says, catch your dreams. Catch your dreams. That's who it's by, I guess. I don't know who that is, but okay. Maybe it's a website. I got this for part of my birthday gift. Think of a goal you've always wanted to accomplish. See, we're talking about, you know, maybe you want to hit it big. I just said in the last reading. Maybe that's your goal, right? What is one small step you can do to get closer? So 1% each day, right? It'll get you closer. Complete that step today and plan to do the next small step tomorrow. Do this daily. Yes, consistency, routine is the key to success. Indeed, it's just little steps every single day. People think, oh, I have to get everything done in one day and do it. No, right? Little by little, bit by bit, you shall get there, okay? So whatever you're trying to tackle and accomplish, do it. Even if it's treating someone nicer today, right? Getting on their good side. Be 1% nicer today. A boss you hate, 1% nicer today, right? See how that shifts subtly, you know? And then you inspire them to be kind. If that doesn't work, get the hell out of there. They're a psychopath. I'm joking. Okay, so strength. Yes, we've seen this message before. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. I'll show you the card so you can really resonate with it. Strength. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. And this has been a personal message for me too lately as well. Because I feel strongly something of greater magnitude is just yet about to unfold. We're on the brink of something great here that will, you know, make us great as human beings. But you need to be strong. You need to be sturdy in your roots. You need to be grounded. You need to be, what do I mean by all that? You need to be so stable in your heart, in your mind, that nothing phases you, right? You need to be the calm in the wind. My perfect example of this, when Hurricane Ian struck. And I had to emergency evacuate, but then I ended up staying at my parents' house. They got hit too, right? So all I could do was just lay on the couch and take deep breaths and close my eyes while the 150-mile-an-hour winds ripped through and literally made our walls move and creak and the windows almost give out. And all you could do was just breathe. The door was shuddering. Like, all you could do was just lay there and breathe. And I felt like just imagining nature holding me, my angels holding me and protecting me from harm. That's all you can do. So I feel like something of that magnitude is approaching collectively. It will be something you never forget. And when you are deep in your roots, you will not fear that damn storm. Because life has many storms. But guess what? You can get 1% better at practicing strength every day. You can practice ahead of time before this event or events unfold, right? You can already practice being strong in the face of adversity and an enemy. Okay? That's what Spirit's saying. It's going to be an enemy or an adverse person or an extreme situation that unfolds rapidly before our eyes. It's almost going to be like that, like no one's seeing it coming. So Be deep in your roots already, and go back to your roots as well. This was actually a message I received this morning. I'll show you now. I picked a affirmation card for this morning after I meditated, and this is exactly the card that came through this morning for me personally when I pulled a random card. Origins. Remember your roots. This was my personal message today. Remember your roots. And this will help you stay strong. You know why? Because they're literally meaning remember your ancestral lineage. They have been with me lately. I don't know why. They have been really connecting strong with me lately. I feel like they're really protecting me lately. They're really making sure no one messes with me lately. Or they mess with them. Oh, my team is so freaking strong. If anyone who has ever done me wrong, bam, it comes back on them. It really has. It tends to happen with people who have ancestors who have been through hardship. I've definitely had a lot of ancestors who have had to escape war and poverty and A-B-U-S-E. And, tyrants and all that, and just horrible stuff, So I feel like the whole collective power of all those thousands of ancestors there's power to that. They watch over, they protect, they guide, they lead. So when you remember and recall your roots, you know the power you hold. You know the backup, the team you have. It's like a person with 1,000 bodyguards, right? And they're watching. And that's why I always felt called to this work. I felt like it would be okay if, millions of eyes are on me because, there's that backup. So I feel like you have that backup too. If you're listening to this and this card really resonates with you, you have that spiritual team. You have that protection. And it's so beautiful, but you have to remember your roots. Remember your origins. Talk to your ancestors. Even if you don't know beyond your great-grandparents, I don't either. But I know that they suffered. That's for sure. I know that they didn't pass on anything. They didn't pass on any wealth. We weren't starting off life better off. My parents didn't start life better off than the prior. It was middle class to, poverty, basically. So I know they struggled. So, when all your ancestors have been through all that hardship to make you, you know damn well how strong and powerful and amazing you are because you have all the qualities of them combined in you already. You have the seeds planted in you to be strong. So talk to those guides, ancestors today, right now, before it's too late. Ask them for assistance during these times of struggle because they will help you overcome whatever is about to unfold. Okay. So, did I do the last crystal? Yes, I did. I did do the last crystal. Okay. Anyway, I'm just making sure. I maybe forgot to show the picture. Heliodor. I've never heard of any of these crystals today. My gosh. Shadakite. Up. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh my gosh. Orpiment is the name of a crystal. I'm sorry. The last card reading, guys. If you pick card 2, I was so confused. I'm like, what's orpiment mean? Derp. It's a name of a crystal. I apologize. Heliodor. Okay, Heliodor is the name of the crystal. Card 3. That's confidence. So it's a crystal for confidence. Got it. Okay, so the last crystal was the crystal for success. Okay, got it. Derp. Shadakite is a crystal for teacher. Okay, got it. All right. So let's move on. The message still applies though. Heliodor, confidence. I am confident in all that I do. If this draws you in somehow, really pick this crystal. All right. I am confident in all that I do. I don't know why my camera's struggle busting today. I am confident in all that I do. Okay. So, Yeah, confidence and strength go hand in hand, all right? So when you have strength, you have confidence. When you have confidence, you have strength already within you, period. It goes both ways. So just know, practice confidence. Practice 1% more confident every day. What little steps can you take that make you move forward each day with more, confidence? So, if you're the type of person who's just used to going through the drive-thru or ordering food at home, ordering takeout and delivery, but you tell them to leave it at the door because you're anxious, practice opening the door and getting your delivery. Practice going inside and getting your food. Practice grocery shopping, even if all those people make you nervous, right? Because what's about to happen if you are anxious now? Oh boy. Right? Again, remember the strength of your lineage collectively. They are with you. You're probably very anxious because your ancestors have had to deal with a lot. So there's a lot of fear in you. That's what's releasing these genetic issues really is about. Not everything genetic is a curse, for goodness sake. People want to point the blame, be like, oh, genetic curse. Maybe you cursed yourself because you believe that so hardcore. Let's try releasing the blame on others today. Maybe that will give you 1% more confidence today. Yeah? Confidence that you have the power and ability to make the change. It's not because someone cursed your great-great-great-grandmother. It might have been. But doesn't mean you have to suffer. Okay? Know that you have the confidence to get through and heal that lineage. 9 of Cups. At the end of the day, I see you so much more happier, so much more confident, so much more glowing. And knowing that, yeah, you deal with a lot of stuff today. This is a little bit of a heavier reading, the card 3. You deal with a lot of emotions. Maybe you feel manic at times. But 1% better every day, right? The cups in the background, she's not taking care of them. She's kind of ignoring them because she's enjoying her cheesecake. But no, eventually you have to pop those bubbles. You have to take care of cup after cup after cup, emotional issue after emotional issue, until all those cups are knocked off the walls and you really, truly live free. Okay? So don't ignore it. There's a lot to work through. This could look like maybe attending, therapy or counseling. Hey, if one of my readings resonate, people have told me time and time again, my readings are better than their therapist. Which, it is what it is. I'm sure there's so much more better counselors out there. That's just me, maybe not so confident. I know I'm great. I know I'm good, but it's that Virgo humility. But anyway, I digress. I would say that I feel in the spirit maybe there's a lot of problems you haven't addressed because you haven't talked to someone about it yet. So whoever you feel drawn to talk to about it, go to them and face it. Because some of you don't, I hate to say this, some people don't have the maturity to handle it on their own. Don't feel the strength or confidence to face an issue. So with a support team like a counselor or therapist, you can talk to someone about it. All right? You can talk to someone about an issue. And just even releasing it, like just getting those thoughts out, pen to paper, typing it to someone. It's liberating. It's freeing. Just telling someone that what you're going through, it works to vent, That's the starting step. That's not going to solve your problem. That's just a stepping stone to get to facing an issue. And getting someone honest take on the issue will help you. So work with the crystal for confidence. All right. Remember, 1% better every day. Thank you. God bless you. Love and light. 20% off Tony2 for future readings, healings. I even do custom ASMR content on my website, TonyBomboni.com. Links in the description box below. I love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed your reading today. And I will see you all on the other corner. Take care.